Okay, I'm just going to put this out there right now. Not a huge fan of the way they did the zombies in this movie. The Girl with All the Gifts. So The Girl with All the Gifts is a brand new zombie drama thriller and stars Sennia Nanua, Gemma Arterton, Paddy Considine and Glenn Close. And in this movie the world has been taken over by a virus which has turned people into ravenous, hungry zombies. However, there are these children which, although they do have the virus in them, it's only woken up or brought out with them when they smell blood. And while being tested on in a secret army facility below ground, these kids have a strict routine like they're almost in prison, go to lessons, and haven't really seen the outside world. That is until the zombies manage to break into the place where they are and force the main survivors out into the world with Melanie, who is one of the children who is infected. And although the rest of the group don't trust her, the teacher has got on a very strong bond with Melanie. And the doctor, played by Glenn Close, believes that Melanie is the answer to saving the world. And so their new mission is now to find a new base to continue their research. And how is this movie? Well, it's good. It has very, very good elements to it. First off, the performances are very good in this movie, especially by Sennia Nanua. I believe that's how you pronounce her name. She plays Melanie in this movie and she gave a really, really convincing performance as this child. She's got a lot of questions about the world. She loves learning. She's got a very strong bond with Gemma Arterton. Gemma Arterton playing the teacher in this movie. She also gives a good performance and you really do buy their chemistry together on screen. You buy that these two have a really strong bond and are growing to love each other. Paddy Considine was really good in this movie as well. I believe that's how you pronounce his last name. It's very rare that I see him in a very serious role. I've seen him in more comical performances rather than serious, although he has done his fair share of serious work. But he really impressed me in this movie, and he does keep his distance from these children. To him, they're nothing but monsters, abortions as they call them in this movie. You can tell as it goes along, he's starting to care just a little bit about this child. He's starting to care just a tiny bit about Melanie. Glenn Close is also really good in this movie. I haven't seen her in a movie in a while, and she too gives a good performance. The rest of the cast all do a good job, but no one really stands out above Sennia Nanua and Gemma Arterton. The bond that these two had is very strong, and I love seeing that on screen. I also thought the directing for this movie was very good. There are some really nice shots in here that help build up tension. In fact, there are some very tension-filled scenes, especially when they're wandering through London, which I won't spoil for you guys. But on those particular moments, I was on edge not knowing what was going to happen next. And for the most part, as a zombie movie, this does feel more realistic compared to other zombie movies. And they do go in-depth a bit more about what this virus actually is that has infected the brain to make people zombies. I haven't really seen that explained in a movie as well as they do in this movie, or at least try to do in this movie. The thing I wasn't really a fan of was the way the zombies turned out in this movie. I didn't feel like they were really zombies. These creatures focus more on smell and loud noises, and although most zombies do focus on loud noises and there is mentions of smell in The Walking Dead especially, they smell dead, we don't. Zombies to me are undead people that are roaming around to feed, whereas these ones, when there's no noise or smell to go by or follow, they're just stood still, like hibernating until something happens. And although that made for some very tense scenes, I wasn't a huge fan of that. There's also some pacing issues. The first third of this movie is very intriguing, but as soon as they get to London, the pacing does start to drop a little bit. There are some tension-filled scenes, but some scenes do start to drag on. And although it's more character development, it wasn't all that interesting. And although they do also try to explain why the virus is hiding in the kids, like it's some sort of second stage of the virus's evolutionary chain or something like that, it wasn't explained in a way that actually made sense. To me anyway. I still wanted to know more about this virus and why it was actually hiding in the brain and could only come out when they smelt blood. And like I said, although they do explain it, I wasn't a huge fan of the way they did, and I didn't feel like it made much sense. Overall though guys, this is a very interesting movie, and if you haven't seen the trailer, I do recommend not seeing the trailer and then just going into this movie blind, because you may be more intrigued as to what's going on. There are some great lead performances, especially by the main lass who plays Melanie. She did a really good job in this movie. It's well directed, there are some tension-filled scenes, and although some of the explanations didn't make much sense to me, there were some pacing issues, I can see quite a few people really enjoying this movie, and that's why I'm going to give The Girl with All the Gifts 3 stars. So, The Girl with All the Gifts, have you guys seen it yet? What did you think about it? Whatever you thought, let me know in the comment section below. Thanks as always for watching guys. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, share the video with your friends, and if you want to see more videos just like this one, then subscribe to my channel for more. Thanks again for watching, you guys are awesome, and I'll see you all in the next video.